Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. Last episode, we built that little bridge, and we also built a structure kind of over, basically a little, like a roof over a little area where this path kind of cut through a hill way over there. In today's episode, we're going to be heading that way because I just realized I left all of my stuff in a chest over there. The professionalism is so real today. Wow, great start, Welsknight. You are amazing at YouTube. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, so we worked on this path a little bit, and I want to work on it a little bit more in today's episode, and then I think I'm going to take a break from the path for a while, because I think 2 episodes, especially 2 episodes in a row, is definitely enough. But that does kind of bring me to something that I want to talk about in today's episode, and that's that I'm running out of inspiration. I don't want to say, and when I say inspiration, I don't mean like my motivation to play on the server. I'm definitely enjoying playing on the server. I'm not thinking of leaving Hermitcraft or anything ridiculous like that. I'm just kind of running low on ideas of things to build and things to do. So if you have suggestions, please suggest them, because my brain is, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to come up with ideas. And I mean, there's the Dwarven base, and I have tons and tons of ideas for the Dwarven base, but I don't want to work on the Dwarven base in every single episode. And basically the problem is that I'm really not a technically minded Minecrafter, so like building farms with redstone and all sorts of stuff like that, it's just not really my forte. It's not something I'm really good at, and I'm not the type of person who can spend some time in a redstone testing world and then spit out a design and be like, look at this super cool thing. I'm not one of those people. So for me, that basically leaves building and making pretty things, and I've got ideas, but a lot of them really wouldn't fit here. They'd fit far better in like my single player world, or they'd be kind of, how do you explain it? I don't want to build like something in the middle of the mesa that is going to be almost, so large that it would almost be kind of rude, because the mesa is a shared area. I don't want to take up a ton of the space for myself and be like, look, I'm going to build a big statue or a castle or something in the middle of the mesa. But at the same time, what I want to do is I want to do stuff in the mesa, because I feel a little guilty just kind of being a hermit. But see the pun there? I'm just going to stop now. I don't want to spend all my time by myself over in my Dwarven base either. I want to, do stuff in the mesa, and I certainly want to do some things with the other hermits, which I do when I have the opportunity. It's kind of a struggle for me, because I have a very small window of time right now that I can actually be online, and most of the other hermits, that time doesn't match up with theirs. So there's been kind of a lack of collaborations this season so far for me, and I assure you, it's not by choice. It's just kind of the way that things have worked out. Okay, so we've got, let's kind of think about our feel here. The area that I want to work on is like over there. So we kind of come down, and we kind of dip into this valley. Can I take this with me? No, there's not. I don't have enough inventory space to take it with me. Then you kind of come down here, and you come up this hill, and as you come up this hill, okay, so this site right here is where you run in to this big flat area that's very boring and rather dull. And we are going to endeavor to fix that in today's episode as I talk about some things. So let's make a double chest, just so we have a chest for materials and things like that. And let's see what we can work out for this area. Let's see what we can do in this little area right here. See if we can make this a bit more lively. Trees, I think, would be helpful, but so would other landscapey things like bone meal and maybe some structures, maybe some stuff like that. We'll maybe take some fences and just kind of spread those along the path a little bit. You know, just kind of along the sides here, I think would be good. Just little bits. I don't have a whole lot of fences. I can make more if I really need to. But something along those lines. And then here, I'm thinking we're going to put a little structure of some kind here. Or maybe not, structure isn't really the right word. Detail, I think, would be a better word. We're going to put some sort of a detail here. And I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I think you guys are going to like this. So let's make a couple of trapdoors. And this is the thing that we can do now in 1.9/1.10. Oh, just kidding. You come back. So we'll go like that. And then we'll put a... Oh, I can't put a spruce log in the middle, can I? Let's break that. Put a spruce log in the middle there. Maybe this we have... I have kind of an idea of what I want, but... Oh, man, there's skeletons down there. I need to sleep while I can. Kind of scary. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's a sheep. That's a sheep. I thought that was something entirely different. I thought I was looking at a skeleton. Okay. So I want to make... Oh, actually, it would probably help if I had the right materials. There we go. I want to go ahead and make a spruce fence gate. And there we go. Kind of like a little wheelbarrow. It's okay. I think it's way too small. Oh, hello, creeper. Oh, trying to be sneaky and just hang out over there. I think that's way too small for what we're looking for. So, let's see about maybe like a broken cart. That could be kind of cool. Let's make some slabs. And let's see what we can come up with. Now, carts, I think, are normally kind of up a little bit. And this cart is going to be broken. So we'll maybe put a log like that and like this. And then here and here. This should be interesting if I can pull it off. This might actually, I have a feeling this is going to end up looking really derp. Wow, yeah, it already looks derp. Let's just kill it with fire. Let's just delete the whole thing and start over. Okay, so let's think about a cart here. If we do a cart, I think maybe what we need is some stairs. Because I think this height is a good height for a cart, right? That seems to be about the right size, if you ask me. Maybe like this, right? Like if it were being pulled along. So maybe we put a couple of trap doors on it like that. And then we put a spruce fence. And one more spruce fence. Gate. I should specify gate. And that looks good except for this middle part. I don't really care for that. So let's think about this. Maybe, what if we kind of raise that little part up? How's that look? That's not bad. And then down like this. Not so much there. Oh, of course. We can just do this. Yeah. Okay, that works. That totally works. All right, let's break these. And we'll just do that. And there's our our cart, the little hitches for it, if you will. And I mean, obviously, it's hard to work in a lot of detail when you're working on a very small scale like that. So kind of bear that in mind. You know, it would certainly be possible to make a better looking cart if we had a much larger build. But when we're talking scale, it's very difficult to work a lot of detail into something that's, what is this, like 2x3? 2x4? Something like that. I mean, that's a very, 2x4 by 2x1x4 or something like that. That's a really small build. But it adds a little bit of love and a little bit of life to this area, which I think is very important. Now, we can also do some of that by mixing in some additional textures into the ground here. In fact, I just had an idea with this cart. So the cart was being pulled, right? It was being pulled by a horse or an ox or something. And then it got kind of stuck in the mud. See what I mean? It looks kind of muddy around here because of the podzol. And they weren't able to move it. So the farmer just kind of abandoned it. That's kind of cool. Okay. And then we'll mix in a little bit of coarse dirt as well. I don't want to get rid of all the grass, just some of it. Let's maybe do some coarse dirt like that. A little bit back here as well. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks all right. Let's make some bone meal. And we'll just kind of bone meal the area around this guy. And then I'll add a couple of tall grass to make it look like it's been sitting here for a while. Now it's all overgrown. It's been neglected, and who knows if it will ever make its way out of here. I like it. Maybe we do that. Yeah, that's kind of nifty. That's kind of a nifty little detail. Okay, cool. Now, one thing I don't like about this area is the color of the leaves and the grass. It's just so bland. Is this an Extreme Hills? Yeah, this is the Extreme Hills biome. Just like Altoum, actually, in my single-player series. If you're not watching that, you totally should be, because that's probably my favorite. It's probably the series I'm feeling the most inspired in right now, I would say. There's some really cool stuff that I'm building over in that series. But I digress. This color is kind of bleh. It's kind of meh, let's be honest. Like, if I place down birch leaves, those are a little more green. A little bit, but not a lot of it. So maybe we place down just some bushes around there. I'm just trying to kind of work out some sort of design slash, I mean, we could just go and spam birch leaves everywhere, but that's not exactly, that doesn't take talent. Anybody can do that. Maybe we do that. I mean, I've only got so many birch leaves. I think we're going to focus primarily, I should probably mention, we're going to focus primarily on this little area today. I'm not going to go too much into other areas just because time constraints are a thing. There we go. So that looks good. Let's bone meal along here as well. Let's make a bunch more bone meal. There we go. And we'll just kind of do some of this. I'm trying to add some life to this area. And it's often easier said than done. Especially with how bland these colors are. Man, That green, it's almost a gray, honestly. It's almost a gray. It's like a grayish green. How's that look, though? When you come up here... Yeah? Yeah, it's a bit better. This needs to be something, for sure. But we can do that. That's okay. We can come up with something there. And then we definitely need lighting of some sort. And for lighting, we have a few options. We could hide some glowstone under some of these leaves. I think what I like better, though, since we've got some of these fences kind of along here already, I'm just going to put torches on a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of as you follow the fences, we'll get a little bit of lighting. And we don't need to light up the whole thing. Because realistically, unless we're going to torch this entire area, like as far as the eye can see, which is way more torches than I'm willing to place right now, this area isn't exactly going to be mob safe anyway. So, you know, if we... Oh, hey you. So if we don't light up the whole path perfectly, it's really not that big of a deal. This is really more atmospheric lighting than anything else. This isn't about lighting for safety. This is more about lighting to make the path kind of look good at night, which I think is a much better idea. And we'll maybe put a torch here. And actually, it's about to be night too. Nope, I'm the only one on. I'm the only one online right now. We had like 5 people on earlier tonight. Let's maybe put a torch here. And I think it's actually a good thing that I'm the only one online, because that means that I can see this thing at night and figure out how I want to do this. Put a torch there, maybe. Let's see how that looks. It's because it's starting to get dark, obviously. So you kind of come up here, and this path almost glows. Man, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Kind of fades away over there. We lose the effect, but I mean, realistically, we kind of knew that was going to happen. And maybe another here? Yeah, let's get rid of this one for now, because we're not working in that. We're not going to take it past here, I think, today. We don't have the time. But that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good indeed. I'd love to get some saplings, some trees growing in this area. Do we have... We don't have any saplings on us. Okay. I know where I can get some saplings pretty easily, so I'm going to go take a sleep, get some stuff, and I'll come back to you in a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I figured I'd show you... Oh no. There we go. I wanted to show you kind of an aerial view of what this looks like, because I think it's kind of coming together pretty nice, actually. I think it's coming together really nicely. So, yeah, this looks pretty good. Now, I grabbed some saplings. I'm just going to kind of plant them around here. I mean, that's pretty much all the saplings I got. I guess we'll plant a couple birches. Oh, Iskall. Poor Iskall. Iskall's probably going to want to come and just burn down half my forest now because there's birch trees in there. Oh, man. Anyway, and then let's grow these guys up and see what they look like. Let's see how it looks. Oh, one of the big trees. Let's see how this looks with all the trees grown and in place and all that kind of good stuff. There we go. I mean, that's a lot of trees. That's maybe too many trees, honestly. Oh. Ah! I'm bone mailing things other than a tree. That one doesn't want to grow. I don't know why that one doesn't want to grow, but it doesn't want to grow. It should be able to. I didn't think there were limitations on oak tree growth. Maybe I'm incorrect, but let's grow a couple more along here. There we go. There we go. Now it grew. Birch. Grow. 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 One more. There we go. All right, so we got ourselves some trees. Let's get ourselves some grass as well, kind of in this foresty area. We'll just kind of do what we can here. I mean, the grass really doesn't pop, just because, as you know, kind of as we talked about, biome-wise, the colors for the grass and the leaves, for that matter, are just really kind of bland. So the grass really doesn't pop here. But it's something a lot better than just an open field. I mean, there's now trees and a forest over here. It's something at least, right? You know, it's better than it was. And we can still do some things over here. We can take oak leaves and make little bushes and things like that kind of spread throughout the area. We can do the same kind of along the path as well. Maybe over here, you know, we can blend some of these leaves kind of together. That might look okay. Possibly. Just kind of wrap it where we can. I think that's, I don't really care for that. There we go. Let's maybe do something like that. And then here we do the same. So we're kind of mix and matching, you know, oak leaves and jungle leaves. And I think, or oak leaves and birch leaves, I should say. The birch leaves are the nice kind of slightly greener ones along here. Maybe here we could even grow some foliage down there, going that way. And I think that's actually pretty good. I'm also kind of thinking that we're actually going to leave this chest and this chest here, a little crafting table. The bed's going to go away. But the idea here is that when the cart broke down, the chests kind of stayed behind, and, you know, they fell off the wagon or whatever. But, you know, we've got a little bit of an area here, and I think this looks significantly better than it did. So I'll take it. It's not perfect. There's always room for improvement, especially when it comes to landscaping. I am far from the best person on the server when it comes to landscaping. I think that honor would, without a doubt, go to Good Times with Scar. But, you know, it's a lot better than it was. Let's be honest. We had complete, open, flat nothingness here, and now it feels kind of alive, and it feels nice. So there you have it. I am going to call this one right here, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.